welcome to this episode of Three Questions. I'm Greg Michlig, President and CEO at CUInsight.com. And it's great to be joined by Brian Scott, Founder and Chief Growth Officer at RAI Partners, and Justin Hendrickson, EVP and COO for First Harvest Credit Union. Gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to be here, Greg. We're holding you to just three questions, too.
Just three questions. That's the format. So let's see how we do on those three. And let's jump in right away. Justin, let's start with you. So the decision to sell a credit card portfolio is a pretty significant strategic decision for any credit union. What were the key drivers behind First Harvest's decision, and how did you know it was the right move for your organization? And also, once First Harvest made the decision to pursue this path, what ultimately led you to choose RAI Partners and a CUSO-based model?
So, great question. Our credit union's been through a number of really positive changes over the last several years, and we've evolved a lot of different parts of our business. The one thing that started to stand out for us is that our credit card program really wasn't serving the membership that we thought the way that we thought that it should. Too many of our members were treating the cards as more of just a personal loan that went on forever instead of a payments tool. And that isn't what we think the intention of a credit card really should be, particularly in the credit union space. And on top of that, the size of our credit union, the risk tolerance that our credit union has, really didn't let us expand the program or grow the program the way that we wanted to. It wasn't able to serve enough of our membership the way that we thought it should. And so we started exploring options to really give it a more suitable home and work with a partner who would be able to support our membership through this in a way that maybe we couldn't do it on our own. There are also some pretty significant operational burdens that come along with managing a credit card program. And it just wasn't an area where we felt like we had enough expertise. So as we started looking around at different options, one thing that we believe in as an executive team here is the credit union movement as a whole, but the power of CUSOs within that movement as an option for support, augmenting services, things like that. We needed a partner who understood credit unions, who understood what it means to be a CUSO, what it means to be a partner, and also what it means to have membership in a credit union represent something of real value. It's not just a bank. You're not just a customer at a bank. And we really wanted a partner who could understand that and embody that in the way that they interacted ultimately with our members. And in looking at RAI, we saw a partner who would be responsive and nimble and give us the expertise that we really needed.
Justin hit on a lot of the different reasons credit unions are looking at potentially outsourcing and selling their portfolio. There's others, including external factors like interchange compression, which is coming as part of the Visa, MasterCard, MDL settlement. That's coming next year. And there's just the operational complexities of running a credit card program. And do you have the expertise on staff to run it, to have the product set, which is a lot of what Justin was talking about, to serve your members? So there's a lot of those different reasons. And Justin and the First Harvest team hit on a lot of those.
Yeah. And Justin, we didn't talk about this beforehand. Brian and I know each other because I was in the card space a few moons ago. So it was a while ago. So I understand that complexity that you're talking about. And it's been a while since I've been in that space. And I know it's become even more complex. So having someone be able to take that off your plate at the credit union had to be helpful. And, leads me to wonder what's changed at First Harvest now that your team is no longer responsible for managing the day-to-day complexities of the credit card program.
We have a really good team here. We have, the folks who work for our credit union believe in the credit union. They believe in what we are supposed to do for our members day to day. And the credit card program that we had, quite honestly, was often a source of frustration because they knew it wasn't quite right. And they knew that it was, a thing that was on the side of their desk that they were also responsible for, but it maybe wasn't something that they thought that they were the best at or that we could be the best at. And along with that, we have so many parts of our credit union operation as a whole and our business as a whole that are growing rapidly, growing effectively. We're growing our membership really well. The more people we can get into the credit union, the happier we are, the better off the movement is, I think. And we're growing checking account relationships. We're growing our lending in ways that the credit union hadn't really done so for a long time. And working with RAI, moving the credit card program over to their team has let our team really focus on the things that we're the best at, the things that we think best serve our members in-house. And it's let us really focus our operational strength on those areas that support the long-term growth and health of the credit union, while also still actively liaising with the team that we work with at RAI day to day.
One of the things specifically from the card program, transactions, and this is what Justin said early on, transactions on the card program from a payments perspective are up about 12% since it's been about 8 months. So it's still early, but transactions are up 12%, which means people are pulling the First Harvest card, using it, seeing it more often, and applications and approvals are also up about 22% since we acquired the portfolio again about 8 months ago. So more members are getting the card, more members are using the card, which is exactly both of our goals. We're both aligned on that.
Yeah, it seems like some good, strong performance early on, just being in 8 months. So as you look ahead, where do you see the biggest opportunities for First Harvest credit card program over the next few years? How does the partnership help position you for that growth and for additional growth?
One of the things that we were most excited about with RAI was that before this move, our credit union really only offered one type of credit card to our members. We had a share secured card that didn't really have great adoption or utilization. So it was just this one monolithic product. And unfortunately, again, because of our risk tolerance, it was a very small segment of our membership that was able to even qualify for it. What RAI has done for us is brought 6 different credit card products that focus all the way from, secured credit builder cards to unsecured credit builder cards for people who are trying to establish credit, reestablish credit, and all the way up to, what I would say is a rewards type credit card for a more sophisticated or active consumer. And that's a big deal for us because we didn't make the choice to sell our credit card program because we don't believe in credit cards. We believe in credit cards. We think it's an important piece of the puzzle for our members. We just want them to have the right credit card. And that's a growth opportunity for us and RAI together. And that's to say nothing of the cross-sell opportunities that we'll be able to see in both directions through this partnership.
I think that's a big piece of it too, is the cross-sell opportunities. How do we use credit to bring more members in? How do we use credit to attract people that might not otherwise come to the credit union? And if we can approve them for a credit card, it now brings them in, their deposits, other loan types. And there's a lot that we're planning to do in cross-marketing credit cards along with the other services at the credit union. So one last thing I would mention too is we really want to go deep with their members and be able to tie in the credit card to other services. So reward points, loyalty, you can redeem those for other services at the credit union, not just get airline tickets and those things. So that cross marketing and cross pollination helps both of us grow. And that's we're in it together.
That's great. Yeah, that diversity of offerings and just having the optionality for your membership when they come in is got to be a huge plus. We did hit those 3 questions. We got through all 3 of them, and you packed a lot into all 3 of them. And I appreciate you doing so and sharing all the information with me and with our audience. Any final thoughts before we sign off?
We're just so excited about the partnership. We're seeing the early results that Brian talked about, and we think it's a very bright future ahead.
Yeah, thanks for having us today, Greg. Really appreciate being here. And Justin and the First Harvest team have been great partners. They're one of our early adopters, and we're super thankful to have them. So appreciate the time with you, Justin, and your whole team.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Yeah, appreciate both of you joining me for this video interview, and also appreciate all who tuned in for this 3 questions video interview. We'll see you all next time.